Hey nesters, welcome back to Nesting Haven. Today we are checking out Goodwill, hoping we can find some interesting vintage treasures. I walked in at first and I noticed this right off the bat. It seemed to be older. I loved the looks to it, very kind of 1960s, 1970s vibes with the florals there. And it's a little music box. I'm still not sure what song is playing on it, but that's not really why I picked it up anyway. I just really like the looks to it. So that was my first find. I kind of went a different direction than I usually do when I go into the thrift store. I usually have my set routine, but there was a bunch of people over that way. So I ended up kind of working through the store backwards in, my normal fashion. I started at the handpick section and they really didn't have a whole lot there. I thought these candlesticks would look really nice on a tablescape for the 4th of July, Memorial Day kind of season there. So I did end up snagging those. They were asking $8 for the set. They were made in India. They had this nice silver and then, of course, the red and blue little bead jewels in the center. So I thought those were pretty nice. They had a basket filled with these. I'm not sure what they are. My best guess is they're for like a player piano, the little music scrolls you could put in and then the piano would play the music itself. Again, I'm not sure if that is what they were, but they had plenty there. So hopefully somebody with a little bit more knowledge can come scoop those at only $6 a piece. It seems like a pretty reasonable price. How have the thrift stores been in your area lately? I find that mine haven't been as filled as they used to be, so I'm not sure if it's just because donating is a little bit more challenging right now or what the deal is, but it's been some pretty slim pickings. This appears to be a vintage wilting cake topper, so probably was on somebody's wedding cake back in maybe the 60s or so. It was pretty yellowed up, but that was a cute one. Definitely one of the best cake toppers I've come across. This was a really nice statue. I was hoping it would be a lady head vase. That would have been really neat. So I was a little bit discouraged. I wasn't having too much luck. I did end up getting this pillow here. It's very 1970s. This is the style I like to decorate with in my own home. I do appreciate a lot of different styles, but a lot of stuff I pick up to resell. This is the type of thing that I like to put in my own house. So with the 1970s vibes on it, I definitely was going to score that. It seemed to have a zipper on it, so very easy to wash. And yeah, couldn't resist it. I made my way back over to the regular priced home goods section. And so yeah, let's go ahead and check that out. I did kind of like this barn. I think it was a type of cookie jar. Definitely hand painted. I decided to pass on it because it said 1994, which I thought was a little odd. An older barn like that should be like the 1800s, it seems, at least. So it was a little too modern, age specific. I did like that little snail, but it was missing something there on the top, so I passed on that. I did find this really adorable hand-painted mold with the super, super cute bunnies. I like the one on top that's kind of nibbling on his mama's ear. So cute. So I did end up picking that up just because Easter's around the corner. There's just a little bit of a window left to resell there. I can't get over how bare the shelves are. I mean, there's nothing on that one right there. Look how empty. My Goodwill used to always be jam-packed on the shelves, so it's pretty surprising to see. I can't wait for yard sale season. I thought this was another really nice hand-painted piece. I liked that it said Happy Easter, and it was a good size statue. It wasn't too large. They were only asking $3 for it. The paint was in excellent condition, had really nice colors. And yeah, I just think it looked really nice on a tablescape or on like a little buffet where you put your food for Easter. So I thought that would be a good thing to pick up to resell. Now, I really did like this and I almost picked it up, but you're kind of unable to see it. There was little hairs all throughout it when they had painted it. It looks like they might have had a pet nearby and pet hair had gotten into the paint, so it just kind of looked weird, unfortunately. So that had to go back on the shelf. I thought this was a 1970s, 1980s perfect little find here. The wind chimes is kind of a unglazed material in the clouds, and then has the nice touch of the rainbows. So pretty. They're only asking $3 for this. A little challenging to pick up with one hand. I was trying to check it all over, but yeah, I thought that was pretty neat. I always have a hard time with the bells because I love state souvenir pieces, and so I'm pretty particular when I get bells. Usually it is going to be a state piece, and I just thought that one was really nice with the Florida, it had the flamingos on it, and then also had the orange on the top as the handle, so I did end up picking that one up to resell. I did like this clown here. The other ones were a little too light in color. I like brighter ones, but this was cold painted, as you can see on the back, and a lot of it was coming off. But if it wasn't cold painted like that, I definitely probably would have picked it up. I just liked how they were kind of stacked on top of each other. I almost got this, and I kind of regret not getting it. I wasn't sure exactly where it was made was the issue, but I love the looks to it. It definitely went really well with my 1970s decor. So yeah, that was kind of a regret. You guys know I'm always trying to find the homesteading books, so I was happy to come across this one. It has all kinds of different breeds of chickens in it. We are getting chickens next month. I'm not sure what we're going to get, probably whatever we can find here locally. We're going to get some little chicks, and raise them from that. So I really want some Easter eggers, which are the ones that lay blue eggs, so I'm hoping to at least get a couple of those. And they had this coastal New England cookbook, and I kind of glanced through the recipes because I'm not a huge fan of a lot of seafood, and there was plenty of recipes within it that didn't have, seafood. So I definitely wanted to pick that up given that I am in the New England area. I did find two different bread books. This one on the bottom, Artisan Bread in 5 minutes a day, and then the one on the top there was also a bread book. I picked up both of those. This one was a detox plan book. It had a lot of healthy tips and some recipes in there, so I thought that one would be good to get as well. This one is Make It Paleo. Again, more healthy food, so definitely I'm very interested in nutritious recipes for myself and my family. This one looked a little bit on the fancier side, but I'm confident I can probably pull at least, a handful or so out of there that we can enjoy. This one I probably will resell. I did pick it up because I've discovered there's this new thing they're doing where they have a big bin of books, and whenever you buy 4 books, you get one for free out of that bin. So I was just trying to find a few different books so I could snag a few free ones at the end. This one here was probably my favorite find, Growing Herbs, and I love the different step-by-step instructions they have with, as far as canning, probably making some teas and things like that with it, so I thought that was very useful. Only $1 for that one too. Usually, if I'm not looking for homesteading and cookbooks, I am heading over to the kids section, trying to find some vintage kid books or just books my kids might like. And their selection was pretty skim as well. I did find this kind of American history type of book. I did snag that. Always good to have on hand just for information purposes and homeschooling and stuff like that. And I've always been very interested in American history anyway, so was happy to pick that up. You guys will have to let me know if you've ever heard of this before or read it. It just seemed so hilarious to me, the different titles of the common stories you would find, in children's books. Jack's Bean Problem. The back of the cover was really funny too, so I had to pick this up just because it just seemed too funny not to. I'll probably glance at it, maybe read it, and then probably eventually resell it, but it definitely seemed like something that would be fun to read. I will spare you guys me sifting through all these books, but this is the bin that you can sift through to find the freebies depending on how many books you got. I ended up being able to pick out 3 for free because I got 12 books I was able to find. This is one I ended up purchasing, the Clifford books. My kids are a fan. I always am a fan of the Sesame Street books as well, and the ones that make the noise like that, my kids really like to follow along with. So here is a recap of everything I ended up purchasing today. Thank you so much for watching. I super appreciate it, and we will catch you in the next video. Bye!